I'm pretty sure I'm not a minority on this, but when everybody saw Edge of Tomorrow being advertised, we all looked at the trailers and went, oh no. But then it came out and everyone started going, wow, this is good. And after putting it off for a while, and then coming around to it, I've decided to watch Edge of Tomorrow and see if it lived up to the praise that surrounded its release. Edge of Tomorrow is directed by Doug Liman, who directed such films as Jumper, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and The Bourne Identity. It stars Tom Cruise as Will Cage, and boy is he as exciting as ever. I'm really not sure what Tom Cruise is doing in this film. It's not that he's a bad actor at all. I mean, he just feels like the character should be a lot younger than what the script said. He portrays kind of like an older guy, and he seems really out of place and not coherent with anyone else in the squad, in J Squad in particular. But even his acting is just as stale as anything, and he's just not interesting to watch. His co-star Emily Blunt plays Rita Vrataski, who is a battle-hardened bitch who used to possess the power of day resetting that Cruise is granted at the beginning of the film. The film revolves around Cruise getting an alpha, this is what they call mimics alphas, and then the Omega, and he gets an alpha's blood on him, and then he gets granted a power to reset the day whenever he dies, so he can return and change the outcome the next day, as he can predict what's going to happen, and he does this quite often in the film. Now, while the concept is actually really cool, and it is done well at times, it looks well, the action scenes are really cool, but the film, there's just so many inconsistencies to mention within the film's own science that it's laid out for us. The film would have been 10 to 15 minutes shorter at least, without including scenes of this scientist guy trying to explain to the audience what the science is all about and how it works. But this then create giant plot holes and stupid script decisions, which I'm not going to fully get into, but when a film tries to take time out of its script to try and explain to the audience something that doesn't exist, it's just dumb. Like, it does not exist. Stop trying to make it sound clever and intelligent. It's just going to create inconsistencies later on in the film, which then makes your film look retarded. Just continue on with the action for once. If the film had just accepted what it was and just a mindless action thriller, whatever you want to call it, it probably would have been a better film. It would have just known what it was, gone out and just done that, just a big budget popcorn flick. But no, it just decided to take this smarter role, and it's just shot itself in the foot. Take Groundhog Day for example. It's a really similar concept, just without the giant war and aliens, but there's no science behind Groundhog Day. But did the audience care about that at all? Of course not. It's one of the greatest comedies ever made. It's really simple to understand, and why would anyone hate on it? The action is great at times, especially the first drop sequence when Cruise is first dropped onto the beach. This is a great shot, and I was invested in the scene as it follows him all the way down in like one shot. I thought this was really cool. The creature designs are also really great, and enjoyed seeing them on screen and how they operated and how they moved about. That was really cool. The acting in J Squad was arguably more diverse and interesting than Cruise and Blunt, who played the exact same characters minus their gender difference, but they were exactly the same. There was no chemistry, and they were just not interesting people to be holding the story together. But J Squad had, in the first sequence when you see them, they're just so different, and they're just cool just to see these different people just kind of interact with each other and what they do, and just their different personalities and how they work together. I thought it was well done. The music was forgettable, and I couldn't tell you even a piece that was from it or one that was even good. I didn't even barely hear it during the thing. That's how much I didn't take notice of it and how just bland it was. But it is also worthy to note that this film has quite possibly the worst end credit music I've ever witnessed. I actually laughed at how out of place it felt. I won't say what it is because it's definitely worth watching and then just listening it to at the end. I actually laughed at how out of place it felt. Like, it was like, I just can't even, it was so funny. It's guaranteed to make you chuckle when you watch it, I'm just telling you. But with all this behind it, in the end, I'm going to give Edge of Tomorrow a 5 out of 10. You know, it's a good popcorn flick. It's not memorable, and I'm not going to have an urge to go see it again anytime soon. But I would like to take the time, also at the end of this video, just to inform people that in the coming weeks, I'll be reviewing and making a new kind of video where I'll be reviewing horror films and putting them in kind of like a different, not a channel, but like a different strain of videos. I am a big horror film fan. I do watch a lot of them, and they are completely subjective and more for people who are interested in horror films and want to kind of broaden their range on what horror films to watch. Because I do watch a big range of them, and if people wanted to check these out, they'll be going up, but they won't be normal reviews because it's just for people who are interested in these horror films. So just keep posted, stay posted, and for the first review, it'll be coming in the next week or so. So thanks again, guys, for listening.